eğlence ve kahkaha. DiziSmart Go. Çocuk deyince o.
Hayatın tüm bu koşturması içinde aklınız faturalarda kalmasın, keyfiniz kaçmasın. DiziSmart keyfini kesintisiz yaşamak için hemen otomatik ödeme talimatı verin, rahat edin. Otomatik ödeme talimatı vermek için DiziSmart çağrı merkezini arayabilir, DiziSmart.com.tr'den online işlemler menüsünü ziyaret edebilir veya bankanızda görüşebilirsiniz. Hayatı kolaylaştıran akıllı çözümleriyle DiziSmart hep sizinle.
DiziSmart her televizyona şart.
Gonna be okay, okay, okay.
Having graced the world's most prestigious film events for over 50 years, this double Oscar winner still manages to look like $1 million on the red carpet these days. Of course, we're talking about the incomparable Jane Fonda. Knowing exactly what it takes to shine on the red carpet, the actress always proves age is nothing but a number. It's the Cannes Film Festival where Jane has really shown what she's capable of over the years. At the 2011 event, she rocked up in an off-the-shoulder navy blue gown, paired with a simple but luxurious sapphire necklace by Chopard. But that was just a teaser for the event's closing ceremony, where she received rave reviews in a show-stopping mother-of-the-bride style Emilio Pucci dress. Back in Cannes in 2012, Fonda hit the tapis rouge in a trio of classy outfits. First, a bronze Atelier Versace gown, later a classy black and white Stella McCartney number, and finally in a sparkling wine red Roberto Cavalli dress. At 2013's Fest, she first stood out in a custom bright turquoise silk gown with cutout detail and Swarovski crystals, before later appearing in a vibrant fuchsia dress with matching nail polish. And we kind of had a flashback to 2011's Chopard necklace, this time neatly matching her pink gown. The following year, Jane strutted her stuff on the red carpet again, sporting a sparkling Bordeaux Elie Saab gown with see-through detailing on the festival's opening night. We bet Jane took some inspiration from Angelina Jolie for this look, as the actress, 38 years her junior, opted for an almost identical dress for the 2014 Academy Awards earlier that year. While visiting the French Riviera, Fonda also attended the annual Amphar Gala, wowing in a soft pink Versace number. The brand is obviously a favorite of Jane's, as we've seen her rocking many ensembles designed by the Italian fashion house over the years, from numerous times in Cannes to the Golden Globes in 2015, where she looked red hot in this pre-fall number. Returning to the French Riviera in May, Fonda went for a dramatic goth-inspired look from Schiaparelli, before going back to Versace, turning heads in this form-fitting blue dress with sexy side cutouts. For the 2016 Golden Globes, the timeless style icon opted for a long-sleeve Saint Laurent gown that featured heavy ruffled detailing. Finishing off the look, Jane pulled her hair into a classic updo and added some Chopard bling. 2017 was another busy fashion year for Fonda. Attending the Costume Designers Guild Awards in February, it was all about drama for the actress, wowing in this fabulous off-the-shoulder number. Switching things up at the Venice Film Festival, she went with a white Alberta Ferretti jumpsuit when arriving at the press conference for her movie Our Souls at Night. Then, rocking up to the big premiere later that day, she looked stunning in a heavily embellished dusty blue gown from Marchesa, with a René Calvilla clutch and pomelato jewelry. And near the end of the year, Fonda made one more show-stopping appearance, turning up at the annual Art and Film Gala in a nude Gucci gown, with a black and green lace overlay and cold shoulders. Putting in one age-defying performance after another, there's no doubting the timeless style of Jane Fonda.
Their souls.
As a teen,
Taron Egerton fell in love with acting after performing in a school production and went on to study at the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, where he learned music, dance and stage combat. That last skill would come in handy for his very first movie role as Eggsy in 2014's Kingsman: The Secret Service. Though when Taron was considered for the part, he was so new to the business that he didn't even have an agent yet.
So it's always a little bit frightening, but I think you have to, with auditioning, you kind of have to find a way to love it and love the challenge of it and love the thrill of it. And there's a kind of, you sort of thrive on the nervous energy. I find that I'm terrified up until the moment I arrive and go in, and then it kind of dissipates. But you can't be an actor if you don't like auditioning.
The handsome Welshman claims to be neither as urban cool as Eggsy starts out, nor as stylish as the character finds himself after getting suited up on Savile Row.
I probably could afford a Savile Row suit, but there's quite a lot of disposable cash, and also I'd sooner spend it on like a really nice sushi dinners. I like sushi.
That same year, Egerton also hit cinemas in the World War I drama Testament of Youth as a young soldier fighting on the front lines.
Well, I hope if the film does its job, then young people especially will realise quite how fortunate they are to have had that period of their life preserved as being very pure and untainted by such a disaster as the First World War was.
2016 found Taron working alongside Hugh Jackman as the title character in the sports movie Eddie the Eagle, a role the young star found very inspiring.
The thing about this movie is, Eddie was not the greatest, ski jumper out there, but the very fact he got there without being the greatest ski jumper out there is a triumph in itself. And the movie's about a triumph of spirit and someone's doggedness and determination and passion getting them where they need to be, and I think that's quite a cool story.
And he also debuted the animated comedy Sing, about a group of animals competing in a singing competition. Egerton says he made the movie for a very select audience.
Yeah, well, Kingsman's not much good for my young siblings, so it's really nice to be able to go and spend some time making something that will appeal to them and is, not R-rated.
He's not so sure he would want to follow in his character's footsteps, however.
I mean, I guess everyone wonders how well you'd get on if you went and auditioned for one of those shows, but I don't know. I think I'm going to stick to the acting and occasionally singing as a gorilla.
The following year, Taron reprised his role as Eggsy for the action-packed sequel, Kingsman: The Golden Circle. Given the original had been his first ever feature film, you might expect making the follow-up to be a piece of cake.
I think I was more daunted in some ways because I knew what was in store for me, that the work that goes into making these films is, it's the most fun in the world and you're very well looked after, but there's no getting away from the fact that it's a lot of running around and getting your head slammed into the ground and, but it's fun, it's great fun, it's like being a big kid.
And in 2018, Egerton showed off his athletic prowess and stunt skills once more with a modern take on the legend of Robin Hood, playing the bow-wielding hero himself.
I think this version is very exciting because it's sort of fairly unrecognisable as Robin Hood, other than the fact that it's about an archer who steals from the rich and gives to the poor. So it's a story that has been revamped in a way, I think, for a superhero-going audience. It's the original superhero. That's what our movie is.
Taron Egerton is clearly on the fast track to the Hollywood A-list, and he has some advice for any other young stars looking to follow in his footsteps.
You never really regret going for something, but it's an awful feeling when you don't go for something. I've regretted that far more. So, yeah, I think that's an important thing with all acting, really, to sort of really, try and give it your all.
Yıldız Tozu başlıyor.
Bir televizyon reklamıyla ivmelenen bir kariyerin geldiği noktaya bakar mısınız? İnanılacak gibi değil. Evet, Brad Pitt'in serüveni tam da masallarda rastlayacağımız türden. Ama bunu şansla açıklamak haksızlık olur. Onun adanmışlığı ve azmi başrolde bu serüvende. 1991 tarihli Ridley Scott imzalı şaheser Thelma ve Louise'teki küçük rolü ise adımlarını sıklaştırmasını sağlamış. Oyunculuk kariyerine 1980'lerin sonlarında başlamış olmasına rağmen 1990'lardan itibaren bildiğimiz Brad Pitt efsanesi hayata geçmiş. Oyunculuğuna yapımcılığı da ekleyip devasa bir boyuta sıçrayan bu efsane tabii ki aşkları ve ayrılıklarıyla da gündem oluşturmuş bu süreçte. Jennifer Aniston ve Angelina Jolie ile yaşadıkları ise magazin dünyasının en gözde malzemeleri haline gelmiş. Ama biz onun sinemayla kurduğu sarsılmaz bağa geri dönelim isterseniz. Yakışıklılığının kurbanı olmamış hiçbir zaman. Bunu bir avantaj olarak kullanmakla ilgilenmemiş. Her ne kadar gözden kaçacak bir güzellik olmasa da bu. Sinema tarihine altın harflerle yazılan 7 ve Dövüş Kulübü gibi iki David Fincher başyapıtındaki performanslarını unutmak ne mümkün? Ya da ona tek altın küresini kazandıran 12 Maymun'daki olağanüstü çabasını. Oyuncu olarak 3 Oscar adaylığı olmasına rağmen bu ödüle 12 yıllık esaretteki yapımcı kimliğiyle ulaşabilmesi ise manidar. Yardımseverliği ve dünya meselelerine kafa yormasıyla da öne çıkan Brad Pitt, Hollywood'un altın çağındaki hiç sönmeyen yıldızların bugünkü yansıması gibi. Onun da sönüp gitmeye hiç niyeti yok sanki.
Yıldız Tozu başlıyor.
Bradley Cooper'ın kuşağının en iyilerinden biri olduğuna kuşku yok. Oscar, Altın Küre, BAFTA adaylıkları bir yana oyunculuğunu her daim yukarı taşımayı başarmış bir isim o. Oyunculuğun yanına önce yapımcılığı, ardından da senaristlik ve yönetmenliği de ekleyerek dört dörtlük olma yolunda emin adımlarla yürüyor. Şöyle bir baktığınızda o kadar da uzun bir geçmişi yok aslında. 2000'leri genellikle televizyon işleriyle geçirmiş bir aktörden bahsediyoruz. Evet, arada sinema filmleri de var ama ona yıldızlık mertebesini getirecek bir şey yok ortada. Büyük çıkışıysa 2009'da Felekten Bir Geceyle gerçekleşiyor. Sonrasını siz de gayet iyi biliyorsunuz. Yürü Yakul'un direktifini alan Bradley, Oscar adaylıklarına ulaştığı Umut Işığım, Düzenbaz ve Keskin Nişancı'yla iyice parlatıyor yıldızını. Felekten Bir Gece'nin devam filmleri de ona yardımcı oluyor tabii. Aralara sıkıştırdığı düşük bütçeli filmlerle de oyunculuğunu zenginleştirmeyi ihmal etmiyor. Ve sonra Bir Yıldız Doğuyor projesiyle her şey olmaya sıvanıyor. Lady Gaga'yı da yanına aldığı bu projenin başarısı onu nerelere kadar götürür bilemeyiz. Ama durmaya niyeti yok Bradley'nin. Sex and the City dizisinde başlayan bir kariyerin geldiği nokta inanılmaz gerçekten de. Oyunculuğu bıraktığını açıklayan Daniel Day-Lewis'i dünyanın en iyi aktörü olarak gören Bradley Cooper, bakalım idolünün ulaştığı yere varabilecek mi?
In this episode of Zoom In, Tom Cruise is back in the long-awaited sequel to the 1986 action blockbuster, Top Gun: Maverick.
Captain Pete Maverick Mitchell. Let me be perfectly blunt. You are not my first choice. You are here at the request of Admiral Kazansky, a.k.a. Iceman. He seems to think that you have something left to offer the Navy. What that is, I can't imagine.
With all due respect, sir, I'm not a teacher. Just want to manage expectations.
Distributed by Paramount Pictures. Production budget $152 million.
It's been an amazing experience, and I feel very lucky.
Directed by Joseph Kosinski.
Viper 1 ready. Maverick to range control, stand by. Alright, 3, 2, 1.
After 34 years, Tom Cruise returns as Maverick. This is a competition film about family, friendship, and sacrifice. It's a love letter to aviation. We're going to show you what it's really like to be a Top Gun pilot.
You just can't create this kind of experience unless you shoot it live. In order for us to accomplish this, we have the greatest fighter pilots in the world working with us.
We're working with a brand new camera system that allows us to put 6 IMAX quality cameras inside the cockpit with the actors.
Verify cameras are on. Okay, cameras on. There you go.
It's amazing what we see in the cockpit and what an audience is going to experience.
We are cleared into the area. Verify cameras are on. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Here comes some G's.
There's 5 G's.
6 G's. G's. 7 G's. All right. That was awesome.
I wasn't ready to make a sequel until we had a special story worthy of a sequel, and until technology evolved so we could delve deeper into the experience of a fighter pilot.
The first movie became something that changed a generation. So this is exciting to come back and get in those jets again.
We worked with the Navy and the Top Gun school to formulate how to shoot it practically. Because if we're going to do it, we're going to fly in the F-18s.
The aviation sequences had to be real. So our actors went through 3 months of grueling training.
The Navy says if you eject, you have to be able to survive in the water. So we had to go through that challenging underwater program.
It's intense. You're flipped inverted and you're having to try and get out.
From there, Tom designed this all-encompassing aviation training for all the actors.
I started them out in a single-engine airplane to build up their spatial awareness inside the aircraft.
Oh, wow. That's amazing! Oh, my God!
Next, we took them to the L-39, and they went and flew aerobatics to feel what it's like in a jet.
Wow. From there, they'd graduate to the F-18 Super Hornet and actually launching off an aircraft carrier.
That's what I'm talking about.
The actors also had to learn how to run the cameras because when they're up in the jet, they have to direct themselves essentially.
Okay, I'm rolling.
I had to really teach them cinematography and the lighting so that they understood what's going to look good on camera.
Sun angle is great.
Everybody thought it would be impossible for actors to really be in the jets. But that's the gift that Tom gave us, that by the time we got up there, we could handle it.
Definitely the most amazing thing I've ever done. All the training, 100% prepared us.
I'm very proud of what we all accomplished. Each one of them are extraordinary.
It still blows my mind that we've done this. There's nothing like it.
Thanks to Tom, all the actors are becoming accustomed to the G-forces by all the training that they're doing.
It is aggressive. You can't act that. A distortion in the face. They're pulling 7.5 HGs. That's 1,600 pounds of force. I am so proud of them and what they've done. And it is heavy duty.
Oh my God! Oh, okay.
Putting us up in these jets, it's very serious. That's why everybody thought it would be impossible. And I think when Tom hears that something's impossible or it can't be done, that's when he gets to work.
These fighter jets is an absolute thrill ride.
We want to make sure that the audience has the same experience.
3, 2, 1, turn.
Someone's not coming back from this.
Those are your pilots. Anything happens to them. You'll never forgive yourself.
No turning back now.
Come on! Jeez!
Having any fun yet?
So that's a wrap on Top Gun Maverick. See you next time we zoom in.
Trafikte erişilebilirlik önemlidir. Taşıt yolunda engelli, özellikle beyaz baston kullanan yaya bulunuyorsa, sürücülerin yavaşlaması, gerektiğinde durması mecburidir. Yaşlı ve engelliler karşıdan karşıya geçerken daha uzun süreye ihtiyaç duyarlar. Sürücüler, onlar karşıya ulaşana kadar beklemelidir. Korna sesi, otizmli veya epilepsisi olan yayalar için büyük riskler oluşturur. Zorunlu kalmadıkça korna çalınmamalıdır. Sayın sürücüler, trafikte güvenli hareketliliğin ve erişilebilirliğin destekleyicisi olur musunuz? Erişilebilirlik herkes içindir. Aile ve Sosyal Hizmetler Bakanlığı.
Bu diziyi dilerseniz Türkçe dublajlı, dilerseniz kumandanızın sarı tuşuna basarak orijinal dilinde Türkçe altyazılı izleyebilirsiniz.